Right now, as you're watching this, your face is emitting light. Not heat, not infrared, actual visible light. Photons bouncing off your skin that, in theory, a camera could capture. You just can't see it. Nobody around you can see it. It's about 1,000 times too faint for human eyes to detect. But it's there. You are literally glowing in the dark, and you have been your entire life. So, why does nobody talk about this? When most people hear bioluminescence, they think deep sea fish, jellyfish, maybe fireflies, creatures that evolved some exotic biological trick to produce light in pitch black environments. And that framing makes it feel like a novelty, a weird feature some animals unlocked. But in 2009, a team of Japanese scientists pointed an absurdly sensitive camera at 5 volunteers sitting in a dark room. And over the course of several days, they captured something nobody expected to see. Human beings glow consistently, measurably, in patterns. The glow is weakest in the morning. It gets stronger throughout the day. It peaks in the late afternoon, specifically around your face, your forehead, your neck. And then it fades again overnight. You have a light cycle, like a very, very dim lamp on a timer. The study was published in a peer reviewed journal. It got cited. And then, kind of nothing happened. Most people still don't know this about themselves. Okay, so what's going on biologically? Your body runs on chemical reactions, billions of them, constantly. Metabolism, cell repair, immune function, all of it. And some of those reactions, as a byproduct, produce photons, not as the goal, as exhaust. These are called biophotons, ultra weak photon emissions. Every living organism produces them plants, animals, bacteria. It's a side effect of being alive. In humans, the main source seems to be reactions involving free radicals and something called reactive oxygen species. These interact with lipids and proteins in your skin cells. When those molecules get excited enough, they release energy as light, mostly in the visible spectrum, greens and reds. The reason it's strongest in your face isn't fully understood yet, but the leading theory is pretty straightforward. Your face has more blood flow near the surface, thinner skin in places, and higher metabolic activity than, say, your shins. Your body is basically doing bioluminescence the lazy way. No special organs, no deliberate light production, just chemistry being chemistry, and light leaking out as a consequence. Which raises an interesting question, because you might be thinking, cool, fun fact, but who cares? It's invisible. What difference does it make? And honestly, that was the initial reaction from a lot of the scientific community too. But there's a growing body of research suggesting that biophoton emission changes based on your health. Studies have shown that cancer cells emit different patterns of biophotons than healthy cells. Stressed out plants glow differently than healthy ones. There's even early research suggesting that biophoton patterns change based on your mental state. Meditation appears to reduce emission in certain ways. None of this is settled science. We're in the early days. But the implication is that your body might be broadcasting its internal state as light all the time. And we've just never had instruments sensitive enough to read the signal. Some researchers think biophoton analysis could eventually become a non-invasive diagnostic tool. No blood draw, no biopsy, point a camera at someone and read what their cells are doing. That probably won't happen this year, maybe not in 10 years. But the fact that it's even a plausible research direction is strange enough to sit with it for a second. Alright, so here's where things get a little weird, because this part is contested and kind of unnerving. Some researchers believe that cells might be using biophotons to communicate with each other. The idea is that photons travel through biological tissue, and cells might have the ability to both emit and detect these ultra-weak light signals. There's some evidence that DNA itself may act as both a source and an antenna for biophotons. If that's true, big if, it would mean that inside your body right now, there's an entire communication network running on light. One that we didn't know about until a couple decades ago. This is called biophotonic signaling, and it's one of those ideas that sits in a weird space between legitimate frontier science and this could turn out to be nothing. Some published studies support it, others can't replicate the results. The field is small and underfunded. But the concept itself is almost too strange to dismiss. Your cells might be talking to each other with light, the way fiber optic cables carry internet. Except the cables are your tissue and the internet is you. I don't know what to do with that information, but I wanted you to have it too. So there's an obvious question here. If humans have been glowing for as long as humans have existed, how did we not figure this out until 2009? And the answer is kind of humbling. We didn't have cameras sensitive enough. That's it. The photons are real, they've always been there. But the technology to detect something 1,000 times fainter than what your eye can pick up didn't exist in a practical form until recently. And that's worth thinking about for a second, because it means there could be other things about your own body, about what it means to be a human physically, that we don't Yet, no, purely because we haven't built the right instrument. We spent centuries thinking atoms were the smallest thing, then we found subatomic particles. We thought the universe was static, then we found it's expanding. Every time we build a better detector, we find out something that was always there that we just couldn't see before. Human biophotons are a small example of a much bigger pattern. We chronically underestimate how much we don't know about the things closest to us. You've been walking around producing light your entire life, and you had absolutely no idea. So, what else is going on in there? One last thing that's the most interesting part of all this. In that original 2009 study, the researchers noted something they didn't fully expect. The glow pattern was actually different for each person. The intensity, the distribution across the face and body, the way it fluctuated throughout the day, it all varied from subject to subject, which means your biophoton signature is, in some sense, unique to you. Like a fingerprint, but made of light. Nobody can see it, no mirror will ever show it to you. But right now, sitting wherever you are, your body is producing a faint pattern of light that is distinctly and measurably yours. I don't know if that's beautiful or unsettling. Probably both. But the next time someone says there's nothing special about being human, you can tell them that every person on Earth is technically a light source. A bad one, an almost imperceptibly faint one, but a light source nonetheless. And I think there's at least something special about that. What exactly? I don't know yet. If this changed the way you think about your own body even just a little bit, subscribe to my channel. I make videos about the stuff happening right under our noses that most people never hear about.